Hi everybody, welcome back to NotTFC, or NotTFC as I've called it, because I've kind of deliberately avoided the full name Terra Firmacraft. Episode 5 with me, Sid, and apologies for not streaming on Sunday. As I said, I actually needed to go and visit my my mother, who's out of hospital, been out for a while now actually, and is considering has made an amazing recovery. So but yeah, so spent the day up in Doncaster, and you know, and just knew that I wasn't going to be back in any particular time, and consequently, you know, didn't want to promise to do a stream and be rushing back for that and all of that kind of stuff. Right, where did I put? You know what? This would make sense. If you're looking around, look, it's all sorted. Food chest, monster drops, valuables, miscellaneous stuff that I can't be bothered to work out a sorting system for, plants, blocks, and there's a monster drop because I just killed a creeper. I have also, since the last episode, I put blocks into here, and I started building up this, and I'm kind of going up the middle. I'm going to play around with the idea of rope, climbing rope. Now I'm probably going to have to take a block out somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where, but I think a rope would work. That's an option. I don't think we've got anything much else in the way of ladders that we can play with. We've got stone ladder and Minecraft ladder. Rope requires what? Let's have a look. Rustic rope is just 3 string for 12. That's nice and cheap actually. And then up here we have got another level followed by another level, and I've started putting this one on. However, you nearly went down the wrong side. I'm umming and ahhing about how many floors to make this place, because that's this tower. I want to be taller than that tower. So I think this is probably big enough to start thinking about decorating the top and putting a floor on. But before we start doing that, we were doing the research on, I think we'd just done trade, hadn't we? Let's have a look. Trade gave us all of the various backpacks, the warehouses, the stock viewer interfaces, but mainly this stuff. And I think we'd gone there. We probably want to look at farming before long. Let me just have a look. Farming requires a bit of stuff. Animal husbandry, conscription, mathematics we're going to need at some point, and combustion. But I think we can actually start using trade. I'm fairly certain. You know, this book would benefit from actually giving us the items we had researched. Because I don't think it tells me that I've got those. Oh well, it's one of those things, isn't it? Let's give it a try. So I'm thinking we're going to need to get into the warehouse side of things, and we need to start off with a warehouse control block, which is very simple: paper, chests and wood. Now I have got some waste wood there. I've got a piece of paper there. So if I were to, I can do all this over. I don't know why I keep going back to that one. You can actually craft these things here. 1, 2, like that. One of those and that. That gives us the warehouse control block. We can place that down. Set the bounds. We can basically increase or decrease the size, and everything is good there. That's brilliant. Okay. So that's the control block. We also are going to, I think, do I need That, I think, gives us everything we need, doesn't it? On that side. But we also need to make well, we need to make the storage, and we've got the choice of small, medium or large. Now, I honestly cannot see the point in making a small storage, and I probably, in all fairness, one of the, let me just check out you, 4 blocks still to go. One of the criticisms of is that a new tree? I don't remember that tree being there. I'm so easily distracted, it's untrue. Let's go to blocks. One of the criticisms of this mod in any shape is that it is, I'll take the ironwood as well, it is overly cheap. Oh no, we won't. The ironwood I want for doors. It is overly cheap. It makes things, trivializes things a great deal. So yeah, that can be, and was it that with that? No, or was it? Knew it was somewhere along those lines. Oh, man, there we go. Large storage. So what I was thinking is I need to find a place for my storage. It needs a place that can be easily accessed from behind. So if we were to go through here, for example, and go in, like this, we can make a, I would hope, a reasonable looking room underground to actually store our warehouse blocks. And what I'll probably do is take that out as well, just while we're going, and we take our warehouse control block and place it there, and that gives us that. We're going to set our bounds, and we're going to bring the size right down, and then we want to do 1, 2, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So for example, if I were to place my chest, my thing there, we've got 1,728 items worth of storage, so I can chuck those in, I can bring those out. Lovely. Now then, what we want to do is we need you to go that way, 2, 3, 4 maybe. And if I were to place you there, if I've done that right, because I think that's wrong. Yeah, it's wrong. So what we need to do then is I need to shift you, I'm facing west. Now what we got, yeah, so we've moved it, so now that is looking in that area for those blocks. Clearly I think we're going to want it to be a bit bigger than this, so we'll come out this way, because for one, we'll get nice stone out of it, and for two, we'll get a space that is, you know, reasonably usable. And if I go, see, I can't, oh right, that's probably the extent then, isn't it? If that's where we're at. Oops. Let me just stab a torch or 4 down. We'll pick you up, and we shall place it here in this corner. Now again, bounds, we need to go back. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5. So we're going to go back 5. And then we're going to increase the size 1, 2. I think that's actually a limit then. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? That is a fairly sizable area. We could increase it more, I think, if we were to, I don't know, if I were to go there. No. Doesn't want me to go any bigger than that at all. Alright, well that's fine. That's still a monstrously large space. So what we'll do is we'll take this lot out. We'll stick a roof, a wall around here, and also around here and there and here, and a roof and a floor, and we'll make this all nice and sexy, and we shall stick half a dozen or so of these in, and hopefully, armed with that, the world will be good and happy. Yeah, that works. Back in a mo. Alright, I think we've got everything we want. We've got a whole load of these. I replaced this and did the bounds again, and it went 7 by 5. So, and you can't basically increase the size that way or that way anymore. But this, as you can see now, it's currently picking up that one. But if I add that to the mix, it will pick that one up. And if I put another one in there, it should pick that up. And we can just go crazy. I think let's just check what we got there. 20,000 blocks worth. Let's have a look and put another one in. Yep, it's working right up to the ceiling there. So pretty good storage system. Obviously it's got stuff going on, but we can see there's a whole load of space there. I put this in to start off with, and then I decided what I want to do is swap this round and go in here with there. That will be the point. We'll stick a lever on the wall there. I think that will do the trick. We can stick our pistons there and there, and we'll do that. We'll be nice to it. We'll stick one of those down as well, and then we can stick two of those. Oops, no, that's not going to help. Two of those down, and bang. There's our storage room. Obviously we'll put a go here, you, before you set fire to things. I don't dislike that mechanic, but yeah, you keep on forgetting that it's there. So we've got that, and now we can basically go and stick a whole load of bits and pieces in it. I'll stick the iron in it. There's probably times when I'm going to want it, and that can go in and that can go in for now. So the next question, the next thing we need to do is transfer everything down. And there's nothing in there, so we'll start off with you. I'm going to bring that down as well. These will come down. I'm going to basically have all my crafting and building downstairs, I think. Miscellaneous. The only problem with doing this, by the way, is before you do this, make sure there's no torches in there. Because otherwise you're in for a whole world of pain later. Otherwise you're fine, you know. If there's no torches in there, you don't have to worry about it. But if there are, as I say, you could be in for an unpleasant surprise. I'm going to take you out of here, and I'm going to stick you in the floor. And I may put a few more of those about the place as well. So yeah, moving everything around time. Back in a mo. Alright, yeah, it's another day. It's the dawn chorus out there. This is all doing. You can see, if you look in these, you can actually see the items as they're stored in here. So this one is obviously going to be full. This one is not full, but has got more items in it, and we haven't moved down the line yet. So yeah, it's an interesting system. Now there are quirks to Ancient Warfare storage. So for example, if I say I want cobblestone, where is it? Well, it's kind of backwards because it's sorted it to the bottom. So if you change that to ascending, then it's at the top here. So if I want to now go, I want to have a look at a bow, bang, power 3 mending bow that I can't use for anything. Yeah, real waste of wasteness. So yeah, from default it doesn't remember. So bang, sort for the item. Just heads up there for you. Alright, I've brought down some furnaces, I brought down my drying racks. I have left my food up there because this is where we're going to have our living quarters, which is going to include our kitchen. And then further up we'll have, I don't know, I really haven't thought through what many of these rooms are going to be. However, this floor here is going to come in. This is where the tower is going to shrink. And for that we're going to need cobble, lots of it. So I am, oh God, I am going to bring myself what I need. We'll take that, we'll take you, and we'll take quite a few stacks of this for now. Yeah, we'll take all the cobble, you know, why not? We haven't got a huge amount, so it's not like we've got a lot to worry about. And we shall start getting the next layer of roofing on. And what I want to do is, quite simply put, I want to stick start off with a cobble roof on here. So, or at least insofar as we're going to go up, and then hopefully we'll be able to do this one. If I come from here, I'll go, let me just see, if I were to come from here actually, we're going to go from there to there, to there. That's 2, 1 and 2, and then that's going to be halved to there. Oh hello, we've got a spoder, look. Lots of spoders actually. I really should change my boots as well. Health and safety at work is important, so always wear your working at height boots when working at height. Kind of makes sense when you talk about it like that. Wear working at height boots when working at height. It's sounds like an eminently sensible suggestion. When people who are into all the health and safety things say it, you feel like they're just being busybodies and you wish they'd shut up. Okay, enough me grumbling about health and safety at work, people. I could go for days on them. If you're a health and safety at work person, this is nothing personal. Well, it possibly is. So that's 1 2 1 2, yeah. So I'll get this in, and then we're going to bring the tower in, and we're going to continue up from here, but we're going to have a narrower tower. But first things first, we need to get a walkway around the edge here, which we can work on, and then we can bring the floor in, and so on and so forth. So back in a moment. All right, so we're up here. We've got this little walkway that'll obviously have a barrier across to stop you walking around that way. You can get around here. We need to get some crenellations around, some decorative stuff, and I'm starting to put this central pillar on, which, yeah, is all right. It's fine. Now it occurs to me we've got a doorway into this gatehouse area over here. Now that is definitely going to be crenellated over that. And we can probably, and then this is going to continue up. I don't know, this will probably come up a couple more floors. For the stairs, these have come like that, so they've transposed into being stone stairs. We've got a little bit of overhang there, and yeah, that's fine. It's doing the job. What we need to do is get some more pine and get a floor in on that, and then we can continue working our way up. We also need to think a little bit about the actual crenellations now, I think. So I'm going to grab some scaffolding, aka dirt. It has been suggested there's a scaffolding mod, which I will look at. I haven't done an update, obviously, since we didn't stream. update stroke stream last time. So yeah, there we go. So we'll go for some pine. We'll do it that way around. We'll take you and we'll take a stack. There we go, and we get all sorts of good stuff. So that's good, and then we can continue on up, forever upwards, and we'll do those, and that's should be all good. And then we can get you, and we'll do you into, what did I use? Those, wasn't it? I think. So they will start off like that, just to see. That one there, for example, is definitely going to have to be a chiseled. But we'll do. Oh, is it? No, actually, that's fine. It doesn't need to be chiseled at all. Like that. Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll chisel these back to planks, and the planks will go and do the planky things that they will do up in there. And that's all good and well and happy. So we should be, if I F7 in here, we should be fine. We should have no areas that are covered over. You know, that will go up and continue the theme of that. And yeah, that's working now. I may go to 3 high walls in here just to conserve the cobble, and I'm also going to change out, and I'm going to grab some, what shall we go with? I think that big tile is actually a really nice block for this. However, we're going to need to somehow, work boots, really important, never forget your work boots. Is low enough? I think this is low enough. In which case we'll take that one out, and we'll take this one out and continue working at height here. Easy to, I mean, it's nice having these boots on, but obviously I don't want to fall down and have to climb all the way back up again. So, you know, it kind of makes a certain amount of sense that we're going to do dirt scaffold all the way around the edge here and build the crenellations, or at least the underside of the crenellations in with in one go and get this done. So yeah, we've got all this going. I'll come back to that in a moment. Let's have a look what we're going to do here. We are going to have some of you, and you are going to be under like that, and then like so. But what I don't want, so these are 5, so let me do that. So that will give it, yeah, I like that. And I'll repeat that on the other sides, and then around the edges here it will be a similar affair. And then damn it, of course it bloody does that, doesn't it? Like that twice. So if I grab those as well, then we can place those in like so. Right, we have a plan, albeit not necessarily a good plan, but it's a plan. So we end up with that there, and then we come around and we end up with a double slab here, and that with one of those, and that. Right, let me repeat this as we go round, and I'll be back with you in a sec. Alright, well that's the first half on. So we've got all of the underside done. Now we just need to get the top side, and that is going to be a case of blocks on every... This is going to be a bit odd, but yeah, we'll live. But the blocks on every upside down stair, or you know, it's obviously chisels and bits, but this is what it originally started, what it would have been if it were a normal block. And then we shall we shall half block on every yeah, that kind of works. Just keep it yeah, and again keep it fairly blocky, I suppose, rather than getting too carried. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Yeah, rather than being too generous and mucking around with this, let's just keep it simple. Make it, you know, big and massive and strong and like it's gonna scare the hell out of anybody who even thinks about invading. That's the simple idea we have. And yeah, I think that will work quite nicely. I think that gives us 3 more of those, doesn't it? 1, 2, and 3. Yep, and then we're into here again. Right, we'll go bang. I'm just trying to keep the number of bits I've got in this bag and bits of waste block to an absolute minimum. Right, work boots on. Nobody looking like they want to eat me. Just gonna have a look. Damn, I've locked myself out. Well, it's starting to look more like a castle. We can give it that much. It's a bit bland. Big metal stone cylinder with those going on, but that we can improve. Alright, let's see what we can do to start making this go forward a little bit, shall we? I'm not really worried about one dirt block. You see, my anti-invasion strategy works on the simple premise that they don't know those buttons open that door. Yeah, I'm sticking to that story. Right. Armed with a chisel, we can. Let me get. I'm gonna make myself a bit of fake wall here, and I'll make it 3 high. And we're going to come into here, and we're going to start off with. We're going to chisel through on the center line here and here, all the way through. Oops. So the idea here is we'll make a template for this, and then we'll. So that should be 367. That should be 367. It is. Undo. So that goes from there to there. We should be, that's a whole block, that's a whole block, that's a whole block. Lovely. And then we're going to do the same again, but we're going to come through here, and then we're going to come through like that. And then up here we'll do the same. Undo, too much. And then at about this height we'll undo. One more. And then again we'll do the same there. And the same there. And if I'm sounding a little bit snotty, it's because I am. So that gives us a very solid looking arrow slit, or arrow cross as it would have been. So that would be, so if you can use a crossbow through it and a thing. However, what I want to do now is I want to how do I put this? Let's take layers off of this. In fact, we'll do a whole quarter off like that for starters. And then we'll go back in a plane, and we'll go 1, 2, 3. Should we? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5's fine. And then we can go and get into bit mode. Have I got the right piece? I have. and we'll do something like this. And that will come all the way down. So we'll repeat this on the other side. I'm just going to do one side for the time being. It's going to be a connected material, and we're just going to fill that, and then we'll come 1, 2, maybe 3 like that. Then back to bit mode, and we're going to do something very similar here. This is going to look a little bit odd. I think we'll have to do those manually. Yep, connected material. Then 1, 2, 1, 2. And then back to bits again. And we'll just do that. And I think this will bring us all the way across. Like so. Connected material. 2, 3, 4. So that will be, I mean, it looks terrible, doesn't it? That looks terrible. That looks terrible. All right, undo. I wonder how big the undo buffer is in this. I've never actually tried to, no, okay. So connected material. And then we'll just do connected material and bring this all the way back out, like so. So we're not going to get the, I think that's going to be very, very, very difficult to emulate in a chiseled environment. However, we can, I think, improve that a little bit with a few refinements. So I need to grab, let's have a look. Have we got a bit? Yeah, we'll take some of you. 1, 2, 3 of those. Maybe. Oh yeah, you can't just do that. There's another minor flaw of the system. Have I got stuff in my inventory I don't need here? Yeah, I don't need you. I don't really need half of that dirt. And I don't need that flint, do I? No, good. That'll do. So let us start off with, let's take a little bit of this and we'll chisel that down into usable bits, and we'll grab those and let's try just taking off the edge here. So we get like a dark outline. Let me just play with this. I don't want to sit here just doing tiny chisels and bits for hours and hours. Well, I will be, but obviously I don't want to be recording myself doing tiny chisels and bits for hours and hours. So let me just have a look, see what we can come up with, and I'll be back with you in a second. Alright, I think I've got a design. Let's put it in and see what it looks like, shall we? First things first, we are going to need to make a blueprint, hence blue. We can throw you away, and what we'll do is we shall we'll copy that and we'll paste it in there and there, and we shall clear the blueprint. We'll take you and we shall put you up, I don't know, there for now. And then we'll take the middle. I've just put some slate in the middle of it to be fair, just to keep things simple. And then we'll do you and we'll pop you in there, and we shall pop you in there. And that gives us a few, it gives us a first floor arrow slits. Right, let's just take these. What we should do is actually keep a box of template pieces, but undoubtedly we will end up not doing so. That's the bottom bit there. Although, to be fair, we can just pop that in there, and we don't really need to keep template pieces because we've got them. They're in the wall once they're installed. Now this one I don't know whether to put them on this wall or not, so for the time being we won't. And we'll take you. I may need to chisel some more slate before this is out as well. We do need to chisel some more slate. Okay, that's simple enough. Pop down a block. Get that. And that. And that. And then we just repeat again on the next floor, and we are sitting pretty, I suppose. I don't know where that spider is. I don't know what level he's got to, how far he managed to climb up. We'll go and have a look in a moment and see what he's up to. And then we can just do the next one again. I think he's managing to get up to the high and then hitting the Crenellations, to be honest. One of them and one of them. And let's have a look. Where are you? Oh, you're there. That looked like it hurt a wee bit. Well, that stops from getting up anyway. Let's go. I've still got work boots on. Let's go and see. Check for mob. Well, actually check for creepers. Truth be known, we're not checking for mobs. We're checking for exploding mobs. I really don't give a damn about any other kind of mob. Whee! One day I'm going to just come off of this with without checking when I've got those on, you know. Oh, there's definitely a cave under this island, you know. That has just completely transformed the detail on that. That has to be said. That is infinitely improved just by that one little thing. Now, once we get those onto that tower as well, and that tower goes up, and we get some detail on this, I think we're going to see. Yeah, I'm happy with those. Those look good. Well, I think they look good anyway. I'm always conscious that I'm like, oh, that looks good, and then I'm thinking, well, you know, this is entirely subjective. Others may not think it looks good. The other thing we need to be aware of, and this is something anybody who's playing this pack needs to be aware of as well, is that seasons are enabled. Now, because we're playing single player, the seasons take only a short while before. Well, they take a while because it's I think it's, I can't remember the, it's 24 Minecraft days per sub season. So I'm definitely sure there is a cave down there. Oh well, we'll leave that witch to it. I'm not that desperate to die to a witchy magic right now, but yeah. So when the seasons turn to winter, your crops are going to die. So just don't be surprised when that happens, because it will happen. Right, this thing here. Let me. Oh, hang on. Let me have that. I'm not going to waste it. We should get the Crenellations, I think, done on this gate here. So let me just open that up. We've got the chisel. We've got everything we need. So this is just going to be a repeat of what we did up there, but over here. So I will get that done and be right back with you. Alright, just making up a simple device from rustic, just to decorate either side of the gate there. And I think we need to quickly sleep, because I'm fairly certain it's night time. Yes, we can tell. We can actually see out through our arrow slits now, which is all nice. I mean, you know, we can't see far, and to be honest, I'm guessing we got a little bit of range on it. I don't think, if I were to do that and make them come out, I don't think it'd be worth it. So yeah, but I was looking here, and I think, is it this point? Let's have a look. No, we need to go up one. This point here, maybe not that point there, maybe this point here, can become a path across here. And what I want to know is, can I get away with, or can I fool this into letting me place this gate? I can. Oh, excellent. Well, that's handy. I'm going to leave that open. That can just be a door. We've got the blocks are in here. I thought, just to give this a little bit of decoration, because they don't really need much going on there. We can come across and do that either side. This is unfortunately even numbered, so we are going to be well, there's an option. We could do this, and then we can do that. Works, I suppose. Pardon me. We obviously need to do something here. This would be a door which will come out, and we'll have the Crenellations run along here, so they'll be able to defend from this side. So that's the next thing we need to do, and we need to get this wall up here, and maybe a structure across here, just to stop people falling off, because they won't always be wearing their work boots. Right, let me just get this open. We'll pop out and have a look. Skelly Bob over there, Wolfie over there. No sign of any creepers. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Any creepers? Nope, no creepers. We're good. Yeah, that's starting to look okay. I'm just going to go and... oh, wow. He went down. He went down very quickly. Thank you. I'll have your XP chunks if you don't mind, because eventually we'll get to the point where we can start enchanting stuff, and that will be worthwhile. Oh, did you drop a bow? Oh, wonderful. Mind you, I suppose it will come in handy for dispensers. Yeah, so we need to continue this up, and we're also going to need to continue that up, and we need to decorate these walls a little bit more with some more chiseling at some point, but that's not a biggie. Starting to feel like a castle, though. I know it's, you know, it's just a bloody building, but there you go. Let me get this side done, and I think we shall be we'll be good to move on and get that tower up a little bit higher. We'll just do you like that. I think that's probably, maybe actually no, all the way to there. And then if I count these off, we'll find out we've got an even number again, haven't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, perfect. Odd number. Okay. Yeah, I'll be back again in a moment. Alright, well, I've got another layer on. I've run out of cobble. Again, that's the end of my cobble, so I'm going to need to get some more of that sorted. But I'm also well into 50 minutes of recording, so yeah, I'm kind of making up for the live stream, I suppose. But that, yeah, that is starting to look somewhat more castle-like. I am very, very, very pleased with that so far. as I say, it does need variation. We need to take out some bricks and beat these walls up a little bit. They're a little bit too flat and smooth at the moment, but that is fairly easy late game stuff. So for the time being, let's get that in. In fact, let's drop the portcullis, shall we? And then I think it'll look even better. Let's get yeah, there we go. Bang. I'm liking that. So we've got our storage done this episode, and we've got the first tower somewhat done, and oops, the I'm not going to complain of that. And we actually processed all that as well, so we can, oh yeah, we processed it all, didn't we? Not really. Okay, well, there you go. We'll get another batch on. So we've got that. We've got to continue what we need to get some cobble. I think what I will possibly go for now is, rather than trying to mine all the cobble myself, I think it's about time we started looking at find the book. A quarry. Obviously probably start with a quarry and then work your way up, because it's medium, start the size, but we don't need a big quarry, we just need a quarry. Where are we? I'm trying to find the thing somewhere in this lot. Of course, you know, alphabetical order would be useful, but don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Come on. If I were a quarry, where would I be? It's in here somewhere, trust me. Large quarry upgrade, medium quarry chunk loader upgrade. Quarry, there you go. Needs engineering. I think I already have engineering, don't I? Because that needed invention. I'm fairly certain I already have engineering. Let's go and have a look. We'll be able to soon be able to tell. I do. So quarry is in the bag. So maybe do that on the stream. We'll get the quarry and the quarry and all of that sorted. Still need to work out what we're going to do up there, but yeah, we'll work that one out again. And we need to figure out what we're going to do with all these bloody torches and get rid of those as well. But on that note, say thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.